Welcome back to the Prospect Podcast. Late Thursday. Breaking down Will Johnson, defensive back, cornerback, Grosse Pointe South, Michigan. He is the number one rated prospect in the state of Michigan, according to Rivals.com. I have to check and see exactly. We'll break down his film today. We'll see exactly where he is ranked with 24/7. Let's see here. 24/7 has him as the number one player to state of Michigan as well, and 8 overall in the country. Whereas Rivals.com has him at number 11. Obviously, he is a fantastic player. Predicted to commit to Michigan, but has not done so, has not committed to any school. Has over 30 offers. So this is obviously a top player. Grosse Pointe South, high school, Michigan. Played 6 games. I think his team played 6 games, a little COVID-shortened season. And we'll break his clips down here. A second. We'll get right into it. And thank you all who are with me today, this evening. This Prospect Podcast, like, just blowing up. You guys have been really great about watching the podcast. I see the numbers keep going up and up every day. It's exciting, and I'm glad to break down these athletes' film. Hopefully it helps you guys get a better feel for what a top player has and some of the attributes, because I'll break down the good and the bad of what he does, things he needs to improve on. So let's make sure that we're seeing it here, which we are. All right, so we'll start off. Great job, high point and ripping through the ball. He's playing a little outside. Again, I guess you missed it, but obviously he breaks that one up and makes a pick. That's 2 ball skill-based plays. And there he is in offense running vertical. You'll see a recurring theme with a lot of top athletes that can do a lot of different things. Here he is in Wildcat. Bad snap. Looks like solid run. I mean, nothing crazy, but obviously a really good athlete. Here he is again running the ball. I'm going to make it a tackle. I'm sorry. Okay. Here he is coming off to make a tackle again. Good job coming off the ball. He's in a lot of man-to-man situations and looks like more of like a cover 2. Here he is coming off, making a tackle. I'd like to see him wrap up. I don't like when people dip their shoulders. Playing a little safety there. Closing on the ball. I don't know what I just watched. Okay. Here he is in offense for comeback routes. I mean, he obviously has great size. He's strong. Strong player. Here he is, one little wildcat. They're playing through the man. I would like to not see him get open like that. I don't know what's going on there. I didn't see anything. Oh, I see. Okay, it's just him jamming, guys. Good job with that. Let's see here. He is in the chase. I see what he runs a 40 in, because he's got good speed, but doesn't seem to be overly elite. I mean, he's got great size. He plays in Michigan. He's very physical. Plays a lot of man-to-man. Cover 2. Seems to be able to run pretty well. His technique is very good. I think there's a lot of areas he can improve. I don't love his stance. think he's a little bit off balance there. I think that's going to have to improve. Depends from the hip. I mean, the hip. Again, the same thing. I'd like to see him wrap more at that size. He's a big guy. I like his athleticism. I think he's got to work on the twitchiness as a corner. I actually think I don't know if he's going to be a corner long time. I could see him playing safety because he has really good ball skills. He's big and physical. He's not unbelievably twitchy like a lot of corners would be, but he seems to have a good amount of physicality, good amount of ball skills. He plays offense, is a very good player, a hard runner, hard to bring down. So he's going to be physical. He's going to grow. He's going to be 205, 210 pounds. I mean, I guess Michigan may be looking at him like he's kind of like a Jabril Peppers kind of player, but he doesn't seem to have the same kind of speed. What he seems to be is very strong and athletic. I don't love his stance. I think I like to see him bend down more. Because I think some guys might be able to quick him. He's a hard runner on offense. I mean, there are some things I really like about him. I think he's when we watched the number 10 players film, which was I'm pulling it up here. CJ Hicks. CJ Hicks is a bigger, more physical athlete playing outside linebacker. Will Johnson is a guy with great potential. Speed-wise, quick twitchiness. I don't he might be track speed, like striding out because he's got big height, but the twitchiness, he's going to have to continue to work on that. He seems to have really good athleticism and physicality. I think those are obviously pluses. He's playing, quarterback and running the ball and playing receiver and catching the ball. So he's obviously a versatile athlete. I think all those things are really good. I think he's got a good ability to grind things out and make plays. And I think the ball skills he has are going to be real valuable on defense. But I think he's more of a safety than a corner at college level. I don't see the twitchiness that would make him an elite corner unless he's playing a little bit more zone. But if you get a receiver that's quicker than him, could be a little bit of an issue. I think he's physical enough that he could play safety. He's just got to continue to work on his tackling and his ability to run through guys. And obviously his height is a huge advantage. And, it's interesting because he could be big enough to eventually become a outside linebacker prospect. It's just coming from where he played corner that might end up being a big stretch to do that. I think he's a solid route runner. Let me see one more time here. Man to man, he's physical, but getting hands on guys the way that he does in high school is not going to be the same in the pro. So it'd be really interesting to see how he continues to develop. He's got big size. He's a very good athlete. Got good speed, but like to see a little more twitchiness, which he's going to have to continue to work on. Improve his stance, and I think there's some raw ability there that is going to have to be developed. My gut tells me that I'm going to see, maybe I got to pull up. Let me pull up a little bit of his sophomore film because I'm not seeing stance. He's just a very good athlete. I think that to me, he's a safety with that athleticism, just quickly looked at a couple of sophomore clips. You guys can't see it, but I looked at it real quick. I just don't. I think he's an excellent prospect. I'm curious to see where he ends up being ranked, because the number 10 prospect, he's 11, seems to have a little more athleticism than him, and the other DB prospect that I broke down does as well, and more speed. But he's definitely a really good athlete. I don't know if he's a 5-star, even though they have him rated as a 5-star. But he's definitely a Division I player, and he's definitely worthy of all the offers he has. And if he develops, I think he's more of a safety prospect. I actually could see him playing wide receiver, to be honest, because with his size, his physicality, he could probably be really good there. I just don't see it as a corner. But I've been wrong before. But I'm pretty solid when I think on that ability there. So, Coach Schuman, signing off.